All right, fellas, it's the Hook Cam back again with another film breakdown. Chiefs fans, congrats on the win, man. An outstanding game from those Kansas City boys. Patrick Mahomes picks up right where he left off. Tyreek goes down a little earlier than expected. Well, not expected, but goes down a little bit early. And Sammy Watkins just steps up, has an outstanding game. We're definitely going to dive into a couple of the plays that he had. LaShawn McCoy looked good. This Chiefs offense looks outstanding. And again, it's just a ton of fun to break down. So I got a few plays dialed up for us here to take a look at, and then maybe one or two defensive plays. I'll see how I feel when I'm editing this bad boy. So anyway, but before I start, you guys know I hate saying this, but please, if you could like and subscribe to my channel. I'm starting to gain a little bit of traction with the followers, so I'm thinking about posting my Twitter on here, having you guys follow me on that so I can be tweeting out during games and get burned on bad takes that I decide to tweet out. So anyway, guys, let's dive into this play. So one thing that I really do enjoy that the Chiefs do is they like to mess around with their personnel, right? So right now we have Tyreek Hill in the backfield. Automatically, right off the bat, you got defensive guys keying on, okay, 10's in the backfield. You also have LaShawn McCoy, who's down here in the slot, okay? Now, what they're going to do on this is the Chiefs are going to motion out Tyreek Hill to the flat. And what that's going to do, right, we can see right here, thanks to the coach's film, it's going to bump backers out. Now, what the Jags are giving us here is basically a cover 4, but they're pretty much just going to man up on the outsides with anything deep. Now, it's not straight up man coverage because you can see as Sammy Watkins comes in here, he's going to settle right over the top of the ball. That's called a hunt route, okay? Now, on a hunt route, you can do one of a couple of things. Most of the times, you're just looking to settle somewhere in between here, but really what you do on a hunt route is you settle in between backers. It usually ends up being right over the top of the ball, though. So what we're going to get out of LaShawn McCoy and Travis Kelce is we're going to get whip routes that go out to the sidelines. Okay, and what that's going to do is it's going to open up a huge seam right in the middle of this defense. Okay, see as we do those two whip routes right here. Okay, now they don't keep rolling out, they just stop right there, and the backers kind of suck up on that thing. Now, since the Jags are pushed back, and this is a 3rd and 2, the Jags are pushed so far back, Sammy Watkins does a great job just settling right over the top of the football, making a great catch, and then taking off with this thing. This is outstanding yards after the catch ability, and this is something that we've seen. Sammy Watkins has shown flashes of this, and we got to remember, Sammy Watkins was a top 5 or top 10 overall pick. I believe he went like 6 or 7 overall. And he's had this ability, but he's been banged up. Now check out this play from the end zone film. This is awesome. I'm so happy that I got Game Pass. Watch how, first off, the anticipation from 15 to throw this ball and the vision. I mean, just insane. In between backers, trusting your guy to get there. Watch, we got hands in the face right off the bat, right? 93 does a great job on this guard. Gets his hands up, but 15 stays calm, slings this thing right in there, and Sammy takes care of the rest. Just a really cool play and something that's, I mean, par for the course for these Chiefs fans, man. This is awesome. So, like I said, Chiefs pick up right where they left off and open up with a quick score against these Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, fellas, a defensive play here and one that is going to sting a little bit. Okay, this is the first touchdown from the Jaguars last week. Chiefs are sitting in just cover 2 man. Okay, they're going to man up everything underneath. They've got your 2 safeties deep to help. Now, what you have to do in this situation is Tyrann Mathieu, 32, he has to take the deepest threat here. And all the Jaguars run is a really simple version of a flood concept. Okay, so I mean, I'm sure everybody's played Madden. I'm sure anybody who's played football knows this before. But you're going to have one streak, you're going to have one out, and you're going to have one flat threat, right? In this situation, we get a zig out to the flat. Okay, 32 on this, he can't take the bait on this deep out, right? See how he takes the bait right there? He's got to be over the top helping this ball. Helping this corner, I should say, to make a play on this ball. Definitely something that they're going to get ripped for in film, but again, something that I think that it's an easy fix, right? The Jags are giving him that dead side, right, bringing this tight end down nice and tight. They friction him off the line. 49 is going to be on him. Since he doesn't run a route, 49 just adds on with his blitz. But again, this is just, in my opinion, I think this is just kind of a prayer that Foles throws up there. But I mean, it's right in the breadbasket. It's a good throw. But again, we need that safety help over the top, and that'll definitely be fixed, I believe, in the later stages of the season. All right, fellas, a nice inside zone here with the wham. LaShawn McCoy, a late addition to this Chiefs offensive unit, and he definitely showed out early. 10 rushes for, I think, like 81 yards, just all around a good job. And what we're going to get on this is an inside zone with a wham, but the way the Chiefs run this is pretty cool. So what we're going to get is a motion across from this tight end who comes back and he whams this up, this end of, this end man on the line of scrimmage, okay? What we're going to get with our second tight end is just a simple flat route to keep these corners honest, right? Now, what we're going to see from the end zone view is some outstanding double teams from our play side guard and center. And they just work this dude upfield. He's hanging in there heavy, but again, a really good double team by those two. But just look what the Chiefs are doing away from the ball, right? Motion him back across, a wham, good job by him. And then we're going to get a nice flat route from our second tight end here. And all it's doing is keeping that corner honest. Just little things like that I like to see. You're always trying to attack these guys. You're always trying to keep defenders on their toes. But check this thing out from the end zone view. Okay, first things first, we're going to get a great out block from 72 on 91. Okay, just keeping him honest, hanging on his inside. That way we open up a lane for him. A punishing double team from these two moving 95, who's quite the load, right? But we get him upfield and we give Shady just enough room to make a move. Okay, the next thing that I love to see from these guys is this backside guard who gives a quick chip to this 3-tech and then works upfield to 44 almost. All right, that's an outstanding job getting all the way 2 backers over. Are you kidding me? This is an outstanding job by the guard, working up to 44, getting a piece of him. 44, he's got to be up in this gap right now. He can't be hesitating like that. But again, since you have this rollout and you have this wham action, it looks like a flood concept, a quick play fake and then a flood. But instead, what we're getting is an inside zone. That backside guard's working up, getting a hand on 44 who can't make the tackle, and it's a nice 10 or 11 yard game for Shady. All right, fellas, second Sammy Watkins touchdown of the day. Again, just the creativity that the Chiefs bring to their offense and how much they influence one side of the field and then come back with something else, right? And what we're going to see on this is a quick play fake to the right side for the Chiefs, right? But watch what happens when we run Tyreek Hill across the field on basically a deep cross, okay? Check out what happens with 20 right here, Jalen Ramsey, right? One of the biggest trash talkers in the league, and again, he's a great football player, and when he backs it up, it's fine to talk trash. But they're running straight cover 4 here. This isn't man, this is cover 4. But watch what happens on this when we streak Tyreek across the field, okay? Watch how it sucks that corner in. It sucks the corner and the safety in, right? Because they're basically trying to bracket Tyreek, okay? But you have to replace over here. Sammy Watkins runs a wheel from the opposite side of the field, streaks this thing upfield, and he's wide open. There's no one around him. Okay, but again, this is just an outstanding design to this play. And when you have the time to complete it, it's kind of it's not indefensible, but when you have a disciplined defense, you can cover it. But in this situation, right, Sammy Watkins right here is going to run up the field, across, and get all the way to the opposite numbers, right? And this is why you start this formation off almost in a tight alignment, right? Look at how close together everybody is. They're almost on the hash, okay? But Sammy Watkins streaks this thing like it's going to be a drag and then turns it up, and 15's got just enough time to get this thing off. Again, just an incredible play design. Great job hanging in the pocket. Good job by the offensive line selling this thing. All around, great execution from the Chiefs. So watch it here from the end zone. Here's Sammy Watkins lined up in almost like a wing. You'll see him drag across and then get vertical down here. But look at what this run action does, man. You just saw it earlier with the wham, right? Now everybody's thinking, hey, they ran it last time they did this. Sammy Watkins is going to streak this thing vertical. Nice easy throw from 15, and Sammy's got his second on the day. Great play design and great execution from Kansas City on that one. All right, fellas, something we're seeing pretty consistently from the Chiefs here is this sort of tight formation, right, with 12 personnel. And all that is 2 tight ends and 1 back. But we're seeing the receivers cut their splits. And what that's allowing them to do is attack outside the numbers, right? When you have a quarterback like Mahomes, really any throw is available because he can make all the throws. He can make them from almost anywhere in the pocket. So we'll see on this play, right? Again, it's going to end up being almost like a max protect. They're going to leak out Kelsey. This is a 3-man route. All right, that means that you've got 7 other cats in there blocking. Okay, but again, they're just stressing the field vertically, right, with their 2 receivers. And what that's doing is, since they attract so much attention, they're basically sucking in the corners and the safeties on this, right? That's going to leave Kelsey with one-on-one matchup with a linebacker, which you're going to win every single time, right? Miles Jack, as good as he is, right? He's still not as big or athletic as Travis Kelce. So you can see a nice pocket for Mahomes to throw out of. We stress the field vertically with our two receivers, and then you run a pretty basic corner route with Travis Kelce, who does a really good job sticking this thing inside, right? Watch what Kelce does at the top of his route to stick this route inside, right there, right? See how he's trying to start across the field right when he gets to the hash, and he's got Myles Jack's attention. They're basically frictioned right here. He breaks this thing back out to the sidelines. Really good route by Kelce, great throw from Mahomes, and a huge gain on 1st down and 10 for the Chiefs. All right, fellas, arguably my favorite play of the day here because of who's getting the rock. 42, Sherman's going to get this thing on a really simple screen to the short side of the field, to the boundary, as we would call it. But it's not the craziest play design, but I love a couple of things. Number one is the communication between the right tackle, right guard, and center. And then, of course, the fact that Sherman's getting the ball and he brings this thing to the one. We all wish he could have scored, I know. But here's how this thing shakes out, right? Basically, they're pointing out here who's going to get who on this. And what you kind of want to do is you want to influence upfield or outside, right? So Kelce's going to run this thing across the field like it's a drag route. Okay, he's going to come across the field. He's going to take 36 with him. They know that, right? They know, okay, he's manned up here. Sherman's pointing at this cat saying, hey, I got him. 71 saying, hey, fan, be careful, right? What he's saying with fan, I'm assuming that's what he's saying. That's because that's the terminology that I use, is that we're all going to bump out, right? So he's telling his guard right now, hey, we got another cat outside here who we might have to account for. Guard saying, all right, I'm going to take 94 on this. Watch how this thing shakes down, okay? As they snap the ball, Travis Kelce's coming across the field. Sherman's making it look like, hey, I'm going to block 48. As soon as he makes contact, which is important. You can't just let this dude run by. But he makes contact with him and lets him turn, and that's going to face him to the cornerback, okay? 71's ready to lock up with 52, and then you've got your right guard here who's locking up with 94 and basically just trying to create a fight and bring him onto the inside of this thing so he can get his butt facing the ball carrier, okay? Opens up a nice lane, and then you've got 62, the center, I believe, working upfield on this. But what I love about it is the communication. Look how we talk about this the entire way down the line of scrimmage, okay? Let me rewind it for you really quick so we can show you. The communication is key on this. Watch it go from left tackle all the way to center. See? Left tackle tells guard tells center tells right guard, right? Everybody's got to be on the same page here, okay? 62, good job locking up and then getting rid of him. He knows he's got to get anybody upfield who's left, okay? 71 does a good job being patient, not attacking or getting beat. But the timing on this is so good, right? There's something that you spend all week in practice going over. He locks up with 52, works him outside, and then we've got 62 left to pave the way, so they almost get 6 on this thing. But again, the execution from Kansas City, the way they run their offense is so skilled. It's so just one step ahead of everybody. I love it. They know Jacksonville's going to bring the heat. They know they're going to be aggressive, so they dump off a little screen ball to 42 on this. And this is a tight game at this point. Okay, I believe it's 30-13, 7 points for the Jaguars makes it a one score. No, excuse me, it's 23-13. The score made it 30. Okay, so it's a 10-point game at this time in the game. All right, important play, great execution all around from Kansas City. I just wish 42 could have gotten that touchdown on this one. All right, fellas, last play that I'm going to show for you guys here. Kansas City's kind of run away with it at this point, but what I love about this is it's weak side, outside zone. Okay, and this is a play that we're starting to see more and more prevalent in the NFL. So, Chiefs motioning LaShawn McCoy from the left side at the number 1 spot. They know it's cover 1. They know it's man, basically. That's all you're doing at this point. But what we're going to get here, and why I love this play so much, is this is all dependent upon how these 3 cats block. Okay, my left tackle is going to wash this guy to the outside. Great job opening up a lane. But this combo between the center and left guard to work this one tech to the linebacker, that's where this play is made. Okay, watch as those two show great patience, and the way that this whole thing works out is outstanding, right? And 25 takes care of the rest because he's such a stud athlete, man. That dude's unreal. Can't believe Kansas City picked him up. But watch this thing from the end zone, okay? Now, the great part about wide zone is that you stress backers. You want these guys flowing to the outside, right? This dude's crazy far away in the NFL. Yeah, he probably can make that play. Okay, but you're not worried about him necessarily right now. You need this combo between your center and left guard to get to this backer, right? See how these two work out. Ideally, this guard should come off, but where this defender is, you have to play it like this, right? That guard has to work him out. 62 does a great job getting inside on this cat, working to that inside V of his neck, right? Getting to the play side, and then 25 takes care of the rest. So all around, great execution from the Chiefs against the Jaguars on this day. They come away with the win. Congrats on the first win of the season. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Little bit shorter than usual. I usually put a couple more Chiefs plays in there, but they kind of had this thing handled. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like, hit that subscribe button. I'm the Hook Cam. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.